Hey guys, Kinoflex here. I typically don't pay any attention to the Oscars because as an award show, the voters by and large don't even watch half of the movies nominated for a given category. That being said, a broken clock is right twice a day, and I find the decision to give the award of Best Picture to Anora, directed by Sean Baker, to be well deserved. And I'm going to break down what I liked about it briefly with spoilers. This is a character study about a young escort named Anora who tries to escape her way of life by having a shotgun wedding with the son of a Russian oligarch named Ivan, who she's only known very briefly. It brilliantly goes from the fake idealized fantasy people in the sex industry try to peddle to impressionable young girls in the first half, only to have it all come crumbling down with the protagonist having to face reality and go on a bizarre marred adventure having to face the facts of how her life has turned out in the second half. Ani, whose real name is Anora, serves as a stand-in for most escorts that put up a persona when they do this type of work and subconsciously accept that they don't deserve real love and relationships. They put up a persona that they're a bad bitch getting money and don't need no man type, but that's just a defense mechanism, and deep down, they wish they were in better circumstances and had real love and a normal life. And no amount of money they make is going to make them feel less empty. This is why she rushes into a marriage with Ivan after knowing him for only 2 weeks. Everything for Anora is transactional and fake. When she got married to Ivan, she fooled herself into thinking that maybe the relationship could be something real, despite everything about it raising red flags. She was even somewhat excited to meet the parents by the end because she thought she would have a family, which is why she was smiling and happy to meet them, until she realized the mother wasn't going to put up with her, and was even just as stupid as her son. She coddled him for all his life and spoiled him, which is a direct result of her parenting. It's also the dad's fault too, since he didn't seem to care and let the wife control the parenting. When she's officially rejected by the family, she cries at the end after getting intimate with one of the bodyguards. It's because of 2 things, both of which are based on interpretation. Either she realized that no one respected her or showed sympathy despite having not been at fault because she was led on, or because the bodyguard showing actual kindness to her is probably the only form of genuine kindness she's received without any form of transaction tied to it. However, I have a different and more negative interpretation for why she's crying. I believe that she broke into tears because she thinks that the bodyguard is simply playing with her emotions the same way Ivan did, and giving her the ring, which is just another form of a transaction. It's something she's so unused to that she subconsciously assumes that there has to be a catch. But again, the ending is open to interpretation, so it's entirely possible that the bodyguard is genuine, as it doesn't really take away from the film if he is or isn't. Either way, I think it's fair to say that she's definitely crying because she realizes how much of a mess her life is. The opportunity she thought she had at escaping her terrible life is gone, and probably isn't going to come because she's not a Disney princess. I condensed the plot, but the film takes its time we spend with the characters well in giving you insights on Anora as a character, which I very much enjoyed. Just like how Good Time and Uncut Gems feel like roller coaster rides, Anora is almost like a party or a night out to a club, then by the end you have to go home suddenly, and reality comes creeping back in. Some people might say that the movie is trying to normalize prostitution, but I think it's the opposite and is communicating how unbearable the lifestyle is even if you make a bunch of money initially. Anora spends the entire movie trying to escape from it after all. I'm honestly convinced that anyone who says that Sean Baker's movies are an endorsement for the sex industry has never actually watched any of them, because he always portrays it in a bad light. There's no romanticization, and the characters tend to be horrible in terms of personality and circumstances. In the Florida Project, we see how terrible the job and life prospects are of someone whose sole income is reliant on being a stripper. Simon Rex, the main character of his previous film Red Rocket, is a manipulative, predatory loser and shows how the people around him suffer because of it. And Anora is so messed up that she's barely even a person, but an object that could be thrown away at a moment's notice. Is that really what you call shilling for the sex industry? If you actually paid attention, Anora wasn't about glorifying sex work. It was actually a cautionary tale that vilified the harsh reality behind it. Anora asks us to sympathize with these characters because they're human like us and there are reasons they're the way they are. Simply depicting degenerate behavior is not the same as condoning it. Prostitutes are victims of the sex industry and deserve more respect considering how hard they're abused. Empathy is an aspect of intelligence, and the movie excelled at demonstrating and communicating that. The film was art in its purest form and was actually quite educational in some ways. Overall, it's an emotional roller coaster and will definitely stay with me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you like this video, then be sure to give this video a like, share it around, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you!